Okay, I'm going to begin my story. Okay. Namaskar, soboke namaskar janalu. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm very excited, overwhelmed, extremely grateful to Amazing Namaste and Atulji, who has invited me as a guest speaker on this platform to share my memoirs with all of you. Thank you, Atulji, for this amazing opportunity. A little about myself. I am Arundhati Singharjan, presently living in Kuwait, Bharatanatyam dancer and guru to many students here and around the globe. Married to a wonderful man who has been supporting me in my journey, and a mother of a 3-year-old girl. I am an artist and I'm passionate about dancing because it allows me to express the human spirit truthfully through characters, movements, um, and also through communication, because dance and theater is not a service which is for self, it is a service to be expressed and shared with people. Let me give you a short introduction about Bharatanatyam, which is my forte. Bharatanatyam is the mother of all classical dances in the world. And why? Because it is the most oldest form of classical dance. Bharatanatyam is renamed and revived from the ancient Sadir tradition and was practiced by the temple dancers called Devdasis. The mode of teaching is through the Guru and Sishya Parampara, where the knowledge is imbibed to the students through any change, without any change of sequence or format, which is why it is still traditional and still intact. Like how my Guru has taught me, similarly, his Guru must have taught me in the same way. We follow a system here. I am an Assamese by birth. I was born in a very beautiful northeastern city called Shillong in Meghalaya, a place which is surrounded by clouds all the time. It's so beautiful. A place very close to my heart and fills me with nostalgic memories. My family moved to Shillong when I was just 4. I started my first school and my first dance class at the same time. How amazing is that, right? A little bit about my journey, the beginning of my journey. Dance fascinated me from the age of 4. And the very first form of dance that I learned was the famous Manipuri dance, which I completed until the Visharad. Those days, we did not have platforms like what we have today. We had no local level or online competitions, but there were regional and national competitions organized by prominent organizations. I was fortunate enough to participate and received many awards back then, and I was successful to become a A-grade classical dancer in Doordarshan level television. And those days, Doordarshan level was like the television, because we didn't have any other channels back then. So it was considered to be a very big thing to for a young girl of age of like 6 7. I was deeply interested in learning Bharatanatyam after that. My parents saw my interest in dancing and they thought it was important to learn in a very formal and professional style from an international reputed organization which was not available in Assam, because its Bharatanatyam comes from down south, Tamil Nadu. When I was in grade 7, if I remember clearly, yes, I was sent to the most renowned and prestigious institution of fine arts, Rukmani Devi College of Fine Arts, which is also known as Kalakshetra Foundation. This school is based in Chennai, Tamil Nadu, and established and founded by Srimati Rukmani Devi Arundel in 1936. This was just not a school, It was an academy for dance as well as education. A complete residential calm day scholar local for the locals. Everything was, provided for all of us. And for a person like me, all the way from Guwahati, had to choose hostel life of education. Definitely, it was not easy at all. I was only in grade 7, probably 11 years old. Yes. My life shifted from the quiet terrains of Northeast India to the busy city of life of South India. Very busy compared to Assam. Um, Chennai was just not about different land. It was about different language, different culture, different beliefs, different cuisine, different everything. So it was different about everything. For the sake of dance, I embraced it all, and yet kept my roots of the northeastern culture intact. Mm. Learning is a progressive process for me. Each new day, each experience in every new day was like an unfolding experience for me. If I had not learned to embrace a new culture, I wouldn't be here today speaking with an impressive audience like you all. I must thank some fellow counterparts, a few good friends, and my teachers, of course, my parents, who stood by me and helped me sail through. I studied in the school hostel until post graduation in dance, and I received an award from ICCR with a fellowship. Okay, now let me move to the next topic, which is my achievements. Do you have any questions still here? No? Okay. During my time in Kalakshetra, I was blessed to perform in several prestigious dance festivals around India. Later got an opportunity to perform for Sangeet Natak Academy, Kalke Kalakar, amazing sabhas in Chennai like Krishna Ganacha Sabha, then Music Academy. I don't remember a few more, it's like back then. And then Indian Habitat Center in Delhi. With Kalakshetra and our troupe, we travel in India, in and around. While refining myself as a Bharatanatyam dancer, I explored many other forms of dancing like before I have already mentioned Manipuri dancing, then Mohiniyattam, Kuchipudi and various folk dances of India. Through the medium of dance and art, I was able to interact and understand people, their tradition, their culture, gain knowledge, absorbed information, performs, and I taught from the age group of literally 4 till even now I'm doing the same thing till age is not a limit. I would not want to give you a bracket till there you can learn. No, I didn't. So anybody can learn as long as you're fit. So learning goes on. I was fortunate and blessed to meet renowned artists from all over the world who made a significant contribution to my professional and also in my personal growth. I was fortunate to dance in front of L. Subramaniam, Kavita Krishnamurti, Bala Subramaniam, and L.K. Advani, and Dr. Abdul Kalam. Each one of them, it was so nice to meet them and know their journey, how they have come so far. I was so fortunate. I thank God that God gave me that opportunity to meet them personally. After finishing post-graduation and celebrating my 15 years in Chennai in a Gurukula system of education, I decided to move to Ahmedabad where my father was posted for a while, and I happened to meet the famous Dr. Malika Sarabhai and her mother, Mrilane Sarabhai ji, and joined the institution and spent beautiful 6 to 7 years refining my skills and evolved as a performer, international performer. Over time, I got deeply involved and learned the contemporary and fusion form of Indian classical dances. I was intrigued by the world's first martial arts, which is called Kalari Payattu from Kerala, and decided to learn and perform Kalari. It was a huge jump for me from a very traditional classical background, as a Bharatanatyam dancer, to come forward and learn a martial art. Definitely not very easy, but I was so intrigued by that art, and I still carry it with me, and I'm very close to that art. Very soon, theatre fell on my lap during this time. As luck could have it, I was fortunate enough to work with great choreographers and directors around the world. and got to travel almost half of the globe performing in theater and dance. Through various cultural exchange programs, my profession gave me a chance to experience and experiment different forms of art, something that I just love to do. It keeps me so happy. um, I was the lead dancer and actor for over 20 productions from then and toured internationally. This gave me an opportunity to establish myself as a classical and contemporary performer. Dance is yoga to me because it allows me to uh, express myself in ways I couldn't articulate, in words. So what I do, I express it through dancing. It's like for a yogi, probably meditation. For me, in my good days and my most toughest time, I just dance and I feel happy, and the stress that I go through, that which is so heavy in my heart, and just by after few turns and twists, I'm fine. So it worked with me from like a charm. Later, to exchange my to enhance my acting skills, I joined the most prestigious Roshan Taneja Academy for acting. So from Bharatanatyam to folk dance, from folk dance to contemporary, from contemporary to theatre, I wanted to do acting now. I was blessed to learn under him. He was a teacher, ex-director from NIFT Pune. Towards the end of my course, I got some serious good TV serials from the prominent channels we have on national TV. I signed up some reality shows for MTV, did some regional movies as well. It was a time where everything was up in a heat mood mode when I met the wonderful man that I'm married to, um, who has been my pillar of strength since that day. Soon after marriage, my husband's job demanded to relocate to Kuwait, and he had to move immediately. I was at a crossroad of my life where I had to decide what to do. Should I stay back in Bombay or pursue my career, or should I move with him to Kuwait? I took some time, thought over it, spoke to my parents, especially my mom, who has been always very encouraging and very supportive. Okay, decided to move with him in Chennai. But first, when my husband reached Kuwait, he gave me a very intensive and impressive information about this country, its culture, the people, the influence and presence of Indian art, my career opportunities. He was sure of one thing, that I will definitely break through. Okay, so here I come. My journey begins here again, once again in Kuwait, where I am today. When I reached Kuwait, I was extremely blessed to meet this wonderful lady called Srimati Sujata Rajendran, who was very famous dancer is famous dancer in Kuwait, teaching Bharatanatyam for more than 2 decades. She headed an institution called Nritya Dhyana, the School for Indian Classical Dance. She was extremely kind, to give me a lot of information about Indian classical dance among the Indians in Kuwait. She gave me a lot of motivation and confidence because I was so low, a new place, didn't know from where to begin. That was not actually my problem. Starting all over again and not, to begin from A1 and meet the end was never my problem. I enjoyed the process. I never looked for the end result. I knew I have to start again, and I was mentally prepared. But Sujata Rajendran came to me like, it was like God sent at that time, because I didn't know any other Indians here. So what I did was, first I joined a very popular Indian school as a dance teacher, which gave me an opportunity to do a sense check on the dancing needs of younger children here. Within few months, I started my own dance school with just 3 students, and slowly over the period of time, it grew to 50 and so on. In the midst of all this of working, towards my new school, establishing myself here in Kuwait, I received a call from my mentor, my friend, Mrs. Sujata, whom I fondly call her as Akka. Akka, it means in Tamil elder sister. Like in Assamese we call Baido, no? Baido means Ba or Baido. It means elder sister. So she's my Baido here. So she had decided to retire and leave Kuwait with her family for good, and wanted to leave her dance institution Nritta Dhyana, which was a legacy to the right hands. I inherited this wonderful dance school from her, and from there on, it's a history. So my students who were like, as I said, as I started my school, they joined the school together. We combined it and became one. Followed the old name because it was already established. Today, the school is 33 years old, and I head the school as the artistic director, imparting from our local students here. We have international students from different countries through the online platform. I have been choreographing and directing mega shows and happily performing with my wonderful students, which I enjoy the most. It has been 8 good long years. What looked like a distant dream for me then is a reality now. I offer my humble thanks to God who has blessed me in this new place away from my homeland. At Nritta Dhyana, I follow the original Kalakshetra Bani style of dancing, and our school has performed in various prestigious events in and around Kuwait. In addition to traditional Bharatanatyam form of dancing, my students are cross-trained in theatre and contemporary form of dancing and Kalaripayattu on request. We offer certified level of trainings for students on a yearly basis, and we are also a registered member of Indian Embassy, Kuwait. Perform to perfection is what I believe in, all the way from Guwahati. Here I am today, imparting the principles of Indian classical dance to my students and savor the flavors of my culture. So, this has been my journey so far. Do you have any questions? Because next I'm going to move to contribution to my state. Are there any questions? Okay, so let's move to the contribution. I am deeply connected to Assam and proud to hail from northeastern part of India. I visit Assam as often as possible to catch up with my family and friends. Assam is a heritage of handlooms, we all know that, and cottage industries. And I have a good collection of Mekhla chadars that my mother designed and tailored for me in addition to her beautiful collection. So one of this sari that today I'm wearing, it's Mekhla chadar, and this was gifted to me by my father just after my delivery. So these things, what I have, the jewelry, keep me very, very close connected to my state. I also have a small collection, as I said, Assamese traditional jewelry, something I fondly wear and flaunt during our festivals and also when I travel. Any question? 1 minute. Okay. I have a question here. Says, ma'am, have you stopped theatre? Oh, have you stopped theatre, or do you still plan on continuing theatre? I have never ever stopped theatre, and theatre is like, we need water all day. Theatre is same to me, and I'll come back to theatre. Okay, just wait for this answer. So I have not stopped theatre, and my students the senior students who have already learned the form of Bharatanatyam dancer, I'm pushing them to learn now theatre, and they are with theatre, they are with Kalaripayattu, they know how to handle this form of dancing. So yes, our school is completely intact with dance and theatre. Okay, let's go to contribution. Yes, so I do have this Assamese jewelry. I have not so much, but yes, some from my mother, some I have bought from Assam, and the piece I'm wearing is this. I don't really know the name of it, but yes. So I I have opened a small Assam silk boutique back then in Ahmedabad when I was there. When I joined Darpana Academy with Malika Sarabhai and Mrinalini Sarabhai, I did open a small boutique with my mother. Our boutique sold high quality silk mekla chadars and saris, along with exclusive handicrafts and artifacts. And I was definitely proud, that being able to bring a lot of our culture to to the side of West India, and people accepting and embracing and wearing it. So it is definitely a very, proud moment for me. Here in Kuwait also, I make it a point to share the richness of our culture, be it through my attire, dance performances by my student during our shows, and I also love to cook and share Assamese delicacies with my friends and my families. I am looking forward to establishing Nitradhyana's wing in Guwahati, my hometown. Currently, my nieces who live in Guwahati are learning Bharatanatyam in our school, definitely online platform. I hope one day they will take this up as a career. Online teaching has become easier today, and I am open to embrace more students from Northeast who are interested in learning classical dances of India. And let me now move to tourism. So before I even start mentioning any names, I would want to tell you, this is my personal note, that all the places I'm going to talk about it's my personal experience. Like I have traveled with my family from the time, from my childhood. So in case you are wondering why am I not giving you enough details, you can always get online and check the place and Google it. You will get more, more details if you're planning to travel. So let me start with Assam. Oh, very nostalgic. My hometown, Guwahati. Um, I have some very beautiful memories. Some of my family New Year's traditions were visiting, picnics to Kaziranga National Park to see the one-horned rhinoceros and visit to Ma Kamakhya Temple, which is another enriching experience for me. I remember my childhood vacation when I used to admire, this magical beauty of Brahmaputra River. It's so beautiful, one can just sit there and get lost, looking at it. And which is often, that's my, apart from dancing, I sit and I dream, I compose. And I feel rivers like this in our India are the best places for the artists to sit there and create their best compositions. Next, I would go to Assam's the tea plantation, which is everyone knows, very popular all over the world. I remember as a child, my parents would bring home a variety of local brews from their trips, and it would smell heavenly. Since my father was posted in Tezpur for a small period of time, I got to know more about tea industry, and since then I am an avid tea drinker. I love it, especially Assam tea, the leaf ones. You just put in the water, let it boil for some time, and just keep sipping all day. Okay. Another thing, it is told to me that Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II starts her cup of tea right with a cup of Assam tea. So yeah, I'm proud. Uh, what I believe in, it's like, see, like how wine making or testing by the tourist and visiting vineyards are popular in the West. I wish we take time to popularize guided trips to tea plantation, which will be so nice. It should be more easily available to the tourists who visit in India and North especially. So I shall move to Shillong now. It's like I'm actually traveling. Okay. We took short vacations to Badapani Lake on the way to Shillong for picnics and just sit around with our friends. The Badapani Lake it's just so beautiful. You just sit there, as I said, clean water, greenery around you, just flowing the sound of the water. You just don't need any music and just dance. I cannot forget the breathtaking view of the Shillong Peak. Very mesmerizing. and also the view of Elephanta Falls. The local markets like Bada Bazaar and Police Bazaar have captivated me from my childhood days with their exotic spices and local handicrafts. A very special thing about this market is the most of the shopkeepers here are women from the local villages. Next, I would move to Arunachal Pradesh. One of the highlights here was a road trip organized by my father, my parents, where our friends joined in, and together we started our journey from Tejpur to all the way to Tawang. So on the way campaigning, we crossed Pasighat, Itanagar, Sangetsa Lake, which is now renamed as Madhuri Lake after the movie was shot there, Koila, I think. And then after which we ended up our trip by visiting Tawang Monastery, which is the second largest monastery in Asia. So these are the places that I have mentioned. Please look up online, and maybe after this pandemic, you can always go visit Northeast, at least Assam, Meghalaya, Arunachal Pradesh, then Nagaland. Nagaland I have not visited yet, so that's one of my bucket list. And so on. So as an Assamese, I feel it is my utmost obligation to propagate the abundance that Assam offers, which I do not leave a chance to share it with my family and peers and friends. So now let me move to the most important topic, which is food. We all love to do that, like we love to eat. Especially this time of the year, now December till Bihu, till January. Anyways, so let's talk about food. Does anybody have any question so far? What is the question? Okay, ma'am, you are such an inspiration. If you had not become a dancer, what would you have chosen as a career? Very interesting. I would have chosen to become a director, cinematographer, because I love photography and I love stories and I love reading. So I would have definitely become a director. I would have directed, produced movies. And yeah, I think so. So if not a dancer, definitely a director. So book, book. I went to books. Food. When we talk about cuisine, even though I spend majority of my life in South India, I love Assamese food. I enjoy the various specialty dips and chutneys like amor chutney, all kinds of dal chutneys. Another specialty that I enjoy is that bahar khorisa je bonai, no? Bahar recipe to mur iman monot nai, kintu bahar khorisa recipes my mother used to make it so well with a lot of spices on it. Then mati mahor dali, butor dali, bengena bhaja, alur logot mix kori pele. Mouth watering. Alu kori dim, the egg masala. Then kol khorisa murgi. Kol khorisa in English, I think it is the green banana. I'm not sure about it. But kol khorisa murgi, with murgi means chicken, the local chicken. And omitar khar. Omitar khar is like a digestion, iman khana khwar pisot. That you like how we have the South Indians have the curd. We eat omitar khar. So all this together are my favorites. I also like a bit of mutton, but not very fond of it. Next is what? So festivals. So out of all these festivals that we have in Assam, my favorite is Bihu. And one of the main reasons why I enjoy this festival the most is because of the food that we prepare all the time. It starts with breakfast, okay? Jolpan, breakfast bili koy. Doi aru sira. Doi is the curd and sira is a flat rice. So we put them together with jaggery and we, relish it. Then narikol, til pitha, narikol laru, gila pitha and malpua are my favorites. I also want to go home. I enjoy spicy food and spicy curries made by my mother using the high-class bhoot jolokia, the hottest chili in the world. I make sure to carry some back to Kuwait every time I visit Assam. and I, keep it in my kitchen, the pickle thing, and then relish it. Next is the most. I don't know if everybody knows about the jolfais that we get in Assam. They're like wild olives, like big, green in color, and there's a big seed inside. And it's like I love it. It's to die for. A wild variety which grows in Assam, West Bengal, I think also in Sri Lanka, if I'm not wrong. And what we do with it, we eat them kacha, enage khabo pari with some salt, and boil them and eat them. Make some delicious chutneys, pickles, to keep it for the whole year. And it grows only in winters. So I have missed this time. I am an enthusiastic fish eater and very fond of river and pond fish water, where you get this horu horu, small fish. Then something which is not really available in Kuwait. It's very difficult because it comes and everybody just buys it off. First come first serve types. My favorite fish recipes or dishes would be made ilish mas juntu mane made out with made with that, what is it called, yellow color sesame seed, yeah. So that's my favorite with ilish mas. Tarpisot, I like magur mas, I like rohu. All these are names of Assamese fish, and you can find them in fresh water. And I miss the curries and fries my family makes for me when I visit each year. All the dishes that I have mentioned here, again, I'm telling you, you will definitely get the recipes online. It's very easy. I miss Assam during our festival time, especially this time of the year with Christmas and the New Year celebration and then Bihu. It's so nostalgic. Not being together during these celebrations is the price we pay for choosing to follow our dreams, isn't it? Any other questions we have? What about sambar? Sambar. Sambar, Assamese don't really eat sambar. Dali khai. Maybe people from Meghalaya, Iba. So nice to see you here. How are you? How are the little ones? How nice you are here. Sambar, no, sambar, dear, it is in Chennai, South Indian, not Assamese don't eat sambar. They have dal, lots of dal. So this year, due to this pandemic, I couldn't visit Assam, my place, and I hope that things get better soon, and we all can get to meet our family once again. So my advice to younger generation would be take time to study your form of art. It pays off at the end. Remember, this world is very competitive, and especially our industry. I'm mentioning it to the aspiring dancers and actors who want to take this up as a career. Uh, you have to be very, very, very serious, be very alert, be very competitive at the same time with yourself, not with someone else, and learn your form of art first, because you can understand it better before you cross over to a different form of dance, and make your foundation very strong by picking one form of classical dance. It's easier. Our body being Indian is made that way. If you want to work in the theater, acting, or dance arena, your strong foundation in dance, voice, and acting is must. And stay punctual and have a good work ethic. Time is very, very precious. Be teachable, above all, be persuasive, and never give up. I would say my journey has just begun and there are miles to go. I truly appreciate how amazing Namaste has set the path of spreading awareness about the Northeast. It has been thought-provoking for me, as well as while I was preparing to talk to all of you, it has helped me reflect my own journey and future contribution. Thank you, Namaste India, once again. And I'm so grateful that I'm here. I'm able to speak to all of you. And thank you, my students here and their parents and my Facebook friends. It's an amazing journey so far, and I would love to continue doing so. And before I end this session, I would want to know if you have any other questions, because I'm going to do a small performance for all of you on the motherhood. The song name is Mate. It's about the earth and all the mothers out there, myself, and a tribute from my side to the earth, to us, and to the generation next. So let me know if you have any questions. I'll give you a few moments, and then I will do a small performance for all of you. Are there any questions? Are there any questions? On my desktop only. There's Mate's song will be there. Yeah. Don't play it right now. Wait. Any questions? Yes, Atulji, the aroma of Assam tea is amazing. And you won't believe it, I have like 5 packets more to go. Are you planning to start a small Assamese boutique in Kuwait? Vaishnavi, yes, I am. And as I said, I already have one in Ahmedabad. And I would love to do it more outside outside our own place, because we already have so many in Assam. So my contribution would be start another one maybe later. And yes, I would like to flaunt my Assamese garments. It's so beautiful, even for men, you know, the pajama kurta to enake dhunia ke silk, you know, they from one side to another one, just like Bengali. Dhunia, you know, they put these buttons all around, and the dhoti, gamusa, I have some here. Actually, I have the japi also over here hanging. Then I have got the, what is it called? That we offer, you know, to the guests, horai, a very small one. I have that, and this is my small little japi that I have at home. My daughter plays with it, but I keep it very, very safe, and it's really nice. These are the small things that we have over here, handicrafts, that we stay so connected to, and we value it, you know, when we live abroad. Just very, very close to us. Any other questions? Yeah, Iba, I know we ate in hostel. You're with me. Yeah, we had them all the time. You have taken us a tour. Oh, thank you so much. Okay, so I'm going to perform a bit, a small thing. I'm wearing a dress, so how much ever I can do it. Just give me one moment. I'll just push my chair. 1 second. 1 second. I hope you all can see me. 1 minute. No, that's too low. Pull back. Yeah, I think so. I think I have to go a little bit this side. 1 minute. Just drink some water. My throat is a little dried. Can you all see me? I think I'm too low. But I'll adjust it. Yeah. Okay, can you all see me? Is it too dark? Okay. So this is a small performance I could do. Thank you so much for having me here, and to all the kind audience who's here, thank you for all your support, and hopefully I will see you all again. And yes, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and of course Bihu. Happy Bihu to everyone. Have fun, have lots of nice food, dance, and I hope 2021 brings us good luck, and we should be able to travel, meet our family. I hope all the sabhas open up and all the artists get to go back to what they like, love, and live for, which is stage, lights, camera. I hope everything opens up soon. I've been praying day and night, and I hope all our prayers come true. Thank you so much, and I shall log out now. Is there any questions left? No, right? Yes. Thank you. I'm going to log out. Okay. See you soon, everyone. Bye. Have fun.